Let's get grounded with the root center. The root center is that final square on the very bottom of your chart. This center has 53% of the population defined and is the center for our stress, our pressure, our evolution, and our adrenal system, which also produces adrenaline, or the pressure to get things done. We have two pressure centers. We have the root pressure right here at the bottom in the root center, and we also have a pressure center in our head center. So this pressure down here is all about using our energy in a healthy way to actually get things done and get things accomplished. This is also a center of creating goals for yourself or doing things on your to-do list. This is the center of accomplishment. If you are defined in this center, you have a consistent way of accessing energy to get things done. You can be a very productive person. You actually thrive off of productivity and to-do lists and setting goals. You love the feeling of success. You love the feeling of expansion, of growth, of just this sense of accomplishment. And so you feel this pressure to always be doing something to get yourself farther, to feel this sense of accomplishment. And so actually, I'm going to start with being out of alignment in this center. If you're out of alignment here, this is when you are doing things just to get them done. You are just trying to check off everything on your to-do list, and you don't give yourself time to rest and relax. You feel that if you're not being productive, you're a waste. And if you stop doing what you're doing, you're never going to get anything done. If you're out of alignment here too, it's like I have to get all of these things done on my list before I'm able to sit down and relax and take a moment to myself. And you feel this intense guilt and shame around if you do sit down and relax in the middle of your to-do list, well, there's always something else that I need to be doing. So it's very hard for this person to turn off this pressure when they're out of alignment to get things done. But if you're in alignment, what happens is that you do take the time to rest and breathe in between the things on your to-do list. And there's no guilt or shame around it because you know that whatever you're working on will still be there waiting for you. There's no timeline of when the dishes need to get done. It's a pressure timeline that you've created for yourself. Nobody cares when the dishes get done except for you. And this can cause a lot of stress in your life. But when you're in alignment, you actually have a consistent way of dealing with stress, of dealing with the adrenaline rushes that you may get when you are working through a project. And you have ways of releasing this pressure and this overwhelm to get things done. And so your processes, your strengths here, however it is that you relieve this pressure, is super important for you. Understanding the ways that you can take this overwhelm, this feeling like you're not getting enough done, and if you're not getting enough done, then you're kind of wasteful and pointless. When you understand how you can release that and actually relax in peace, that is where your magic happens. Because it's okay to be ambitious. It's okay to be a goal getter. But you have to do it in a way that's healthy for you so that you're honoring your energy when you're doing it. Now, if you are undefined here, this is still a pressure center for you. But when you're in alignment, you are really feeling the flow of life in a way that's on your own timeline. You're not bothered by other people's pressure to get things done. Because remember, if we're open here or undefined here, we're taking in the energy of this center from other people. So you may feel this pressure to get things done, to be productive from other people, but it's coming back to, is this pressure mine? Does this pressure belong to me, or am I just feeling pressure from somebody else to get something done? Because if somebody's putting pressure on you to do something according to their timeline, according to their deadline, then you're going to start getting amped up. You're going to start feeling that pressure and start feeling like you have to get this done because you don't want to disappoint the other person or whatever lies on the other side of that pressure. But when you're in alignment, you're not letting other people's pressure become your own. You understand and you have the wisdom of what relaxation and rest mean. And you don't feel guilt when you sit down to rest and relax. There's not a to-do list running around in your mind when you're resting and relaxing. You have this wisdom of the power of rest and relaxation. And you're very in tune with how you manage stress, because remember, you're taking on everybody else's stress management processes. So you get to try on how other people manage stress, whether it be through exercise or breath work, any sort of stress technique, meditation, and deciding what works for you in that moment. And because you are an empath of pressure and stress, you actually can point out to others who are defined in this center when they're feeling stressed. You're taking on their stress. You can take on their pressure. So having that strong boundary of, no, this isn't mine, but I can help support you in this area. I can help you relieve the stress and the pressure that you're putting on yourself. But when you're out of alignment in this area, you can start to get those same tendencies as somebody who's out of alignment in being defined here. So then you may start feeling guilty around rest. And you need to earn your relaxation. Like, you have to check off 10 things on your to-do list before you can sit down and relax. Sometimes when you're out of alignment here, you might even become a little bit of a procrastinator, waiting till the very last minute to get something done because you want that pressure. You want to feel that pressure. You actually crave that pressure. And that's not healthy for you, because when you're waiting to the last minute, then not only are you feeling this pressure to get things done, but then you're also upping your adrenaline, upping your cortisol, and causing your body to go into overload from those stress hormones. So one tip for alignment in this root center, whether you are defined or undefined, is truly tapping into your personal intuition to find the timeline that works best for you to get things done. For somebody who's defined, this would be a little bit more consistent and have a little bit more energy, because this is a motor center as well. So this does produce energy, not as much energy as our sacral center, but it does produce energy. Having this consistent way of your timeline of like how you're approaching the things that you're doing, while also honoring your cycles and need for rest, is going to be super potent for you. So finding your unique strategy and process for your rest and productivity cycles, again, whether you're undefined or defined, is going to be super potent and powerful for you. And this also ups the ante in your life, your business, and career, because once you learn about your productivity and rest cycles and how you best work, you're also going to up your efficiency in what you're doing. I'm an energy projector, so I don't have a lot of energy, but I do have a lot of gates defined in my sacral center, and I do have my root center defined, and I do have my will center defined, which is also an energy or a motor center. So I have 2 motors defined out of 4, and I have 4 gates in my sacral center defined. So I do have a lot of energy, more so than a regular projector, but that doesn't mean that I'm still not a projector and don't need to honor my rest cycles. It just makes it a little bit harder for me sometimes to be in alignment with this pressure and stress, because I am putting that pressure on myself to get things done in a deadline, in a timeline, when I'm not listening to my body and what my body is telling me that I need to slow down and rest. So becoming really in tune with your productivity and rest cycles is actually going to up your efficiency, because rest is productive. When you're exhausted, you're not going to be as efficient. So taking that time to take a break, to take a rest, is actually going to make you more productive. And finding this wisdom is my challenge for you. So if you have your root center defined or undefined, I would love to know about your experiences with stress and pressure and how you handle it as the unique, wonderful being that you are. And you can drop that in the comments below. I would love to learn more about your energy. If you want to dive deeper, you can always join my free Back to Basics Masterclass, or you can download my free Foundations Guide, where I give you practical tools and strategies to help you start living by your design today. And if you want everything done for you and tied up with a nice, neat little bow, you can always book a reading with me, where we dive deep into the energy of your charts and tap into your unique gifts, strengths, and how you can unlock the codes for your purpose and your prosperity in this lifetime. I will see you next time.